Christian woman, when you are talking somewhere and your husband comes in, keep quiet. If you're talking and your husband enters, stop the discourse. Stop. If they ask the question again, do like you don't know what they are talking about. Let your husband talk. And if your husband says what is different from yours, say, I'm sorry, what I said before, this is the best. This is what I actually wanted to say. My husband has just put it right. This is just, my husband, he has a way of explaining it better. This is exactly what I meant. Then re-echo what he said and re-emphasize it. And stand by it. Even if that thing will punish two of you, so let it be. Go home and be punished. When you are being punished, be telling you see what you have caused for us. Well, I'm just honoring Christ by following you to suffer. Next time, please think before you answer this kind of things. As we are suffering like this, I don't like it. Jesus, it was you I was honoring. Deliver us from this suffering. Jesus will deliver you. You can never be wrong obeying your husband. Even when he makes mistakes, the grace of God will help you. I'm not joking. I've made some mistakes as a husband there. I think it's last week last week or so, we were talking and I said to my wife, because she reminded me some decision I made that didn't turn out really well. And then I now said to her, but honey, even though I've made wrong decisions in certain things in our lives, but at the end of the day, I have never led us into the bush. She said, true. She said, very true. Very, very true. I have no regrets whatsoever marrying you. She said, because you've never, even when you make mistakes, somehow, God has a way of turning the whole thing around to be good. I said, because I am the head of this house. And your submitting to me makes the flow of grace in this family to take care of mistakes that I have made. But if the wife decides for the man, there is no grace for the wife deciding for the family.
Okay. Pastor Abel Damina, I think that's his name. That's who you listen. That's the man you just heard his voice. I do not agree with what he. Totally, I do not agree totally with what he said. I feel like it depends on the conversation that is going on. It depends on the conversation that your wife is having. It depends on the conversation or the location of where your wife is. It depends on the location and then the conversation and then the event. Okay, so those three factors determine if she's going to shut up or not, or if she should even shut up at all in anywhere, because these women are not. How do people even take? What do people take women for though? Like, do you just see women and feel like, oh, these are the species that a man can just trample upon and just ride on, and like I don't know. I just don't understand. Now, let me take myself for example. As an example, my family as an example. My wife is a registered nurse. She's a nurse practitioner. And I am an accountant, and now currently I am an a business intelligence developer. That's what I do for a living currently. But for my first degree, I had a bachelor's degree in accounting. So my wife doesn't know anything about the things I do. I don't know jack about nursing. I don't know jack about anything hospital. In fact, the only drug I know I can really tell is paracetamol. That's in Nigeria. We don't even have paracetamol here in the US. We have what do they even have? What is the equivalent to paracetamol here? I don't even know. I don't know these things. Okay, I have no idea. Now, sometimes my wife is not in the house. She's gone to work, and maybe our son is a little bit under the weather and he's under medication and all of that. My wife literally tells me what to do. Like, okay, this is the amount of, this is the drug, this is the one. She puts it in a place where I can see, and she tells me, okay, babe, this is the amount, the quantity that you have to give to our baby, when she's not at home. Now, take for example, she's in a medical conference, she's talking in a medical conference, or she's having their medical talk, and suddenly I walk in. Excuse me. Suddenly I walk into the scenery, and you expect my wife to just keep quiet because her husband, who knows nothing about the subject matter, just walk into the scene. You expect my wife to just keep quiet and say, okay, my husband is here, so he can say, what do you want me to say? And what if I'm not even invited to the podium to come speak? Like, so I just feel like some of these our pastors, they will just climb the pulpit and just be open their mouth and just be saying things that, it's if it's in a maybe in a family gathering, even maybe in a family gathering, I can't even picture a scenario where my wife will be talking, and then I walk in, and then she'll have to just keep quiet. Look, this is all shades of wrong, man. Let me just call it that. Let me just put it that way. It's all shades of wrong, and it's not right, And if they invited both of you, like the man and the woman, to an occasion or to an event, to come and talk or to come and speak, and your wife goes up first to say something, and then you have to go back up there. And I feel like if they invite both of you should have already planned, what you're going to talk about. You should have synchronized your statements, to make sure that none contradicts each other. I feel that's the right thing to do even before you guys go up there. If it's in the church, or suddenly in the church, somebody, maybe the pastor calls the wife to come say something, and then the husband and wife, just in an emergency situation, they just call both of you up to say something, and then your wife says something. I feel like, to even an extent, it is even the husband that has to corroborate what the wife says, in that instance. Yeah, that, for me, that's what should even happen, so that it will show that, okay, both of you have made the mistake together, and not you now saying the right thing and then making your wife look like a fool. No, you don't. Look, to me, I feel like this is all shades of wrong, and is all no. I don't agree to that statement. I just do not agree to that statement. So, Abel Damina, you got it wrong here. For me personally, in my opinion, you got it wrong here.